guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We're here at the Javits Center for the 2022 edition of the New York Auto Show. Obviously walking around, we had to stop at the Lincoln booth because there is some big excitement, and this is the reason why. This is it. This is your refresh, updated, changed up 2022 Lincoln Navigator. This one is a new Manhattan Green Black Label edition. But before we get into this super-sized, super luxury SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. Lincoln, this great American luxury brand, has been around for decades. And it's interesting because in the beginning, they really made a name for themselves all about sedans, especially the Lincoln Continental. Now, going into the 21st century, as the decades went by, of course, SUVs became a big, huge craze. And guess what? When you look at a luxury SUV, the Navigator was the first to market to bring that combination of full-size SUV and also the luxurious things that go with that. Now, of course, once you come to market, the competition is going to join the party and really bring the heat. So this vehicle is going to go up against that Cadillac Escalade. It's going to go up against the new Jeep Grand Wagoneer, and then of course the whole plethora of German Euro brands. So what I want to find out is, has Lincoln done enough to the Navigator for 2022 with the changes that they brought, and is this really the king, the best one to buy over your Escalade, over your Wagoneer, Grand Wagoneer? Let's go ahead, let's dive into our Manhattan Green. We're here in New York, makes sense. Manhattan Green Black Label Navigator. Off the bat, let's talk about style. This is where the changes come into play. You're gonna get your full LED headlights. They redesigned the headlight housing. Really like all the attention to detail on the interior portion of the headlight housing. As you work your way down, you do have functional corner air curtains, and then you're even gonna get these really slim and trim LED fog lamps. Chrome is the name of the game, and going back to the Continental days and all the other Lincolns, that was really something to make it stand out. So you're gonna have on this Black Label some highly touched chrome finishes, especially on the lower portion, coming across the grille, revised. I like the way that they thinned up the perimeter and really allowed that open grille to show its face. All the gloss black elements. We got the Lincoln badge, so much history, and what's cool is that it's actually illuminated. So seeing this rolling down the road, you're gonna automatically know what brand it is. And when it comes to the Navigator, this is their #1 selling vehicle of all time, even more so than the Continental. It really saved the company. Now, in the center, there's some of that bling, blingin', blingin' chrome finish, so make sure you're wearing your Lincoln sunglasses so you're not blinding yourself. A little bit of gloss black, but definitely a nice balanced proportion for the size of the vehicle. Now, when it comes to the hood, still the same hood that you saw on a 2021 Navigator, and you can see just how nicely it meets with that top grille area. Now, as we come around the bend, I'm gonna climb up onto the display and be able to kind of showcase what's going on. I hope you like big size wheels. This has 22-inch wheels, multi-gloss black spoke with the Lincoln badge. If you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of this wheel? 285 on the width, 45 series sidewall, and everything is painted in this sparkly Manhattan Green, no flat black. Look at the touches. Remember how I was telling you the details with the lighting? The Lincoln Motor Company, part of, obviously, Ford being that premium brand, and then the amount of metal flake that they put in this actually is more so than any bass fishing boat that I've ever seen. Coming down the side, you do have that prominent Navigator badge, little bit of gloss black, little bit of chrome, and I like the way it bleeds into the door, the driver's side and passenger side door. Gloss black on your mirror caps. Of course, you're gonna get 360-degree cameras. We have the shiny bright metalwork only on the bottom, raised flat black roof rails. And the reason why I like that they're flat black is that when you quickly glance at it, it almost looks like they're not there at first. And I kind of like that because it really fits with the luxury side of things. Of course, you're gonna have your chrome striping, a little bit of gloss black, and then being that luxurious SUV, you have your electric dropping running boards. When they tuck back up, it's so clean and just very well done from front to back. As we get towards the back, on the door handles, you got Manhattan green with some chrome, massive, super-sized rear quarter window. And then when we swing it out back, like we talked about the front, on the tail end of the business, you're gonna notice some changes. First of all, the lighting. All of that intricate detail from the front has been brought to the back. Look at the way it's illuminated all the way across from left to right. Lincoln badge across with the lettering. Stubby roof spoiler. Now, if you're comparing this to a Grand Wagoneer, Grand Wagoneer has more of a boxy shape, and it has more of that traditional Jeep look with the 7 slotted grille. Obviously, the Escalade, very, very kind of like modern, contemporary. This is kind of like a mixing of the two. That Manhattan green, the chrome, and then working our way down, you're gonna have gloss black. This actually is removable for the actual towing. And then you have one exhaust pipe, but it would have been nice to have some type of finish exhaust on the lower bumper area. So I am gonna zonk that. But why don't we go ahead, let's check out the interior of this Lincoln Navigator, find out what's different, and also talk about horsepower numbers and what's powering this thing. All right, guys, come on into this luxurious cabin of the Lincoln Navigator. It's crazy because you would think like the Navigator was already at a point where it was mind-blowing, but they've taken it to another level. Now, when you're comparing this to the Escalade, the Jeep Grand Wagoneer, maybe a Mercedes-Benz or a BMW X7, I'm sure you want to know where does it fall price point-wise. So this being a black label and this Manhattan green, you're basically looking at an MSRP of around $104,000. Let's see what you get for that money. To the door panels. First of all, you'll notice right at the top, you have all your seat controls. Easy to get to, and I hope you're sitting down in your seat for this. 30-way adjustable seats, obviously massage seat functions, and you're gonna have that premium sound speaker system, 28 speakers with the aluminum speaker grille covers. That's real walnut wood finish, and then you'll notice the nice dark gray leather with the stitching. You could put a creme brulee perfectly in that center door pocket, and then on that lower side, that's really where you're gonna be able to get a nice box of macaroons and put that down there with a couple bottles of Frappuccinos in the door pocket. Now, going from the door pocket to the dash, I love the way they've done the map, and they worked it into that walnut wood, that's open wood pour. Look at the Lincoln badge, all etched into that finish. The dark chrome, the light gray with the stitching, so elegant, so classy, and still looking good. Now, when we get to the infotainment side of things, we're going large and in charge. So you're getting that updated, larger infotainment system. Look at our maps when it comes to our navigation system. Something different, something new. We could go into our different features. Full touchscreen. You could get into all your adjustments, go back to the settings, and then really just kind of crazy how everything comes together. Super smooth when it comes to, and then you could obviously on the right-hand side go through a ton of information. If you want a larger map, there's your larger map, and then you could go down to apps. And here's all your apps: wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. You got your nice AC vents wrapped in some chrome. There is our toggle switches. So remember, we have a 10-speed automatic transmission paired to a 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6, 440 horsepower, 0 to 60 in this beast that weighs well over 5,000 pounds, 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds. You'll notice how they do that floating center console area with your radio controls, AC controls, heated seats, ventilated seats, open pour walnut wood. Let's open the doors. Look at this, wireless charging, USB-C, USB-A, and a 12-volt. 2 cup holders that are illuminated, and you could do Roy G. Biv with your ambient lighting in here. Down below, plenty of room for a purse, a sack, a satchel, even a fanny pack. You could put that down there, and you don't have to worry about not looking cool because the fanny packs are making a comeback. The leather, more of that wood finish, and then look at this felt lining. I hope you have your emerald collection. You could literally put the Hope Diamond in here and then put a bunch of other stuff in there as well, just to protect it so that the Hope Diamond doesn't fall the Pacific Ocean. Seats, 30-way adjustable leather. Like I said, the materials, it's very interesting, unique design that separates it from the Jeep Wagoneer or the Cadillac. And you look at the seat controls that were on the door. We have that panoramic sunroof, massive sheet of glass, larger than the glass that they put on the skyscrapers here in New York. Alcantara, nice light gray, and then the 28 speaker system. But why don't you come over here at the business end? I want to show you behind the new dash of the Lincoln Navigator. Guys, business time. I'm ready to drive this down Manhattan, right in the center of the city. Feeling good. Now on the lower end, you're going to be greeted by this Black Label aluminum sill plate. You could notice how plush the carpet is, even on the floor mats with the stitching. The pedals are adjustable, electric, forward and backwards. And then I'm 6 feet tall and I'm ready to rock and roll. Plenty of room in here, and I could grow a few inches and still feel good. Now, steering wheel, of course, that wonderful leather. You got the open pore walnut wood, some flat black, some silver on your buttons. That Lincoln badge, I wish there was a little bit of stitching here, so I am gonna zonk that there's not some stitching to kind of elevate the horn button. You do have paddles on the back of the steering wheel to go through that 10-speed automatic. And then guess what? All new is that 12.3-inch digital display. Very clear and lots of information. Watch the modes. And they give them different names. So normal is effortless and balanced. Then you could do, if that's not good enough for you, normal with 4x4 auto, confident and secure. If that's not good enough, slippery, slick, icy, or loose surfaces. And then of course, deep conditions, that heavy snow and mud assist. That's for the all-wheel drive 4x4 system. Nice to have the head-up display as well, but why don't we get into that mid and back row and see what this revised Navigator is bringing to the luxury table. All right, guys, mid-row time. Come into this luxurious cabin area for your mid-row passengers. What you're gonna get is, check it out, technology. Look at that, that's Machu Picchu. That is the home of the ancient Incas in Peru. Nice clear graphics. You could watch your different videos all wirelessly from your device, whether it be an iPad, iPhone, or an Android device. So that's really nice to have that technology. You do have large pockets. Put a couple slices of pizza, New York style, right in there. And in the back area, you do have a bit of gloss black. So it's a little gloss black heavy. I'm gonna zonk that. That's gonna move the shade for the panoramic sunroof. We do have a home power source, a 12 volt, and USB-C and USB-A. I'll close the 12 volt. There's the USB-C, USB-A, home power source, and there's your cup holders for your Super Slurpees. Go to 7-Eleven on National Slurpee Day, and guess what? You get a free Slurpee. That's a little tip from me to you. There's more cup area space, and then you actually have space underneath here for a bag of Cheetos. I got a little small screen to adjust my climate back here. We could go back to home massage seatings for the mid-row. So you could spoil your mid-row passengers. The leather, the wood, open that up, look at that. You could easily put, I would say, a birthday cake in there. A nice Carvel ice cream birthday cake. Just make sure you eat it before it melts. AC vents are in the ceiling. It would have been nice to have some more AC vents. Lots of room, but just one set of vents. That's a no-no. The leather, though, is spot on the money, and the fact that they're ventilated, heated, and massage, Jeep Grand Wagoneer is not doing that. So nice to have that. And then to show the back row, which we're not going to get back there today, but I wanted to showcase how the leather is just as nice. You got USB-As. It is an electric tilting third row, which is great. And of course, you got all that storage space on the corners. Let me get my arm out of the way so that you can actually see what's going on. But why don't we go ahead, let's wrap this one up with the cargo area, because this is one heck of a big haul. All right, guys, here we go. Time for the most important part of any SUV. And I've been practicing this because I'm on a very small platform here at the auto show. This is gonna have to be quick. So there's a button right here. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Open sesame. So as you can see, electric assist opens up. What are you greeted to? You have well over 18 cubic feet of space, even with the third row up. But what makes this extra special is that when you're going to your rugby game, or maybe you got to take all of the ballerina gear to the competition, you could really fill this up with a lot of ballerina gear. Watch this. All power seat controls with these buttons right here. One touch operation. So you just tap, tap, electric assist. Goes down, makes a little noise, goes down flat. You could easily see where the USB-A is deep in this little pocket here, the seat controls and the amount of space. And yes, you can fold down that mid-row as well. But this is what Lincoln is bringing to the game. And once again, that's dropping down. And here I am back down to ground level. But this is what Lincoln is bringing to the game of large luxury, full-size SUVs. Let me know what you think. Has Lincoln done enough to stay at the top of the heap compared to the competition, especially from those other American brands? Put your thoughts in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raity's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you, click the link in the description, get yourself some Raity's Rides merch. Got to give it up to the rock star behind that lens, rocking out like a champion. So thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.